one person just can't release that kind of music. It's got to be a variety of producers and artists, and we already have them here. We're ready to go.
Right.
So this is part of the movement. That's what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Go ahead, you can close it out.
Yeah. That's the movement, man. I mean, if you ever think about it, the history of bass, you have never ever seen like two bass artists do a collabo. You know what I'm saying? You never seen like you see hip hop artists collaboration. You never ever seen a bass artist do like a collabo with somebody else because everybody so big headed. You know what I mean? In the bass game, we hurt ourselves. You know what I'm saying? I feel uh, like like they say, if the guys that made the money the guys that made the money off the bass music, if they was like really true about setting up a bass label like the Luke Skywalkers that made the money, the Bo Cranes that made the fucking money, if they would have paid, they could be the Russell Simmons. They could have been a Russell Simmons. They could be putting back in their community. They could be building fucking buildings in their community, opening up schools of what they believe in, if it was bass music or whatever, because that's what made them money. And if they would have paid the artists like a JT Money or a fucking Magic Mike, if they would have got the money that was due to them, then the bass music would have, because we would support our own music, we would have kept it going, just like hip hop. They keep their music going, but it's categorized and people getting smarter now, so that's why it's gonna come back. But when it come back, it's gonna stay longer. Put it that way.
Can you touch a little bit on that? Because the kids nowadays think it's all glamorous and that you're gonna be making money, making millions. Splack Pack made millions off that record. Probably that's how the perception of these kids think nowadays.
Yeah, man.
Touch on what happened with that situation.
I mean, half
Say
of
whatever you have to say.
yeah, half of the artists out here, some of them made money. You know what I'm saying? Like Ghost Town DJs. You know what I mean? They made good money. 69 boys. You know, Jay Lemonhead, uh, good money. But the real artists, and I'm not saying they not real bass artists, but I'm saying the ones that was knocking on the door trying to get in, the people that support that type of music don't believe in that music. So they'll take your skill and they'll give you a couple $1,000, you know what I mean? And then they'll make money off your money. They'll make money off your skill because you think it's easy because you had fun recording it and you give it to them and then they don't pay you what you do and they make thousands and hundreds of thousands because they independent. And if you know how to do the numbers, if you selling over 100, if you sell over 50,000, if you sell over 10,000 units as an independent record label, I mean you making good money. So just imagine if you sold 50,000 and you could sell that in the market of the ATL. So you're making good money and they not paying the artists. And that's why if you are a young artist and you think about coming in the game, if it's hip hop, if it's R&B, whatever, I advise you one thing. Get Donald Passum, all you need to know about the music business. Before you pick up a mic, pick up the book. Learn the business. Learn what you're getting yourself into and you'll be all right, you'll survive. You know, because other than that, this is a cutthroat business. This music business is not made for everybody. You know what I'm saying? You got pussies out here. You got people out here that think that you owe them something. And then you got made people that if you're not coming to bring something to hip hop, if you want to ride the wave, and when I say hip hop, I mean hip hop in general. Bass music is hip hop. Believe it or not, it's music. So if you come to ride the wave, then you just gonna float on. But then you got people that bring something to hip hop that keeps the wave moving. Because if everybody ride the wave, then eventually we gonna go to shore. So you gotta keep it moving. Bass music is on the rise. Believe it. I got my first gold record from the So So Def album, and that was the Bass All Stars. Okay. Splack Pack is certified gold. All right. Um, that's why the group broke up because they didn't understand the business. If you do not write, if you do not produce anything, if you want to sit and just play the fucking PlayStation, when the money is being made, don't expect to get paid. But you get fame. And then when you get the little bitches on your dick, and then they be like, where your money at? Why you ain't got a crib like Kid Money? Why you ain't got a car like Kid Money? Don't be a pussy nigga and be like, Kid Money didn't pay us. Say that you didn't write the shit. You feel me? If you didn't write it, if you didn't produce it, don't think you're getting paid. You ain't getting my money, bruh. But what happened is Bo Crane tore that up. Because Bo Crane knew that I was the writer and the producer, so he wanted to just take care of me, and he didn't want to take care of those guys. He wanted what was valuable. You know what I'm saying? And as time went on, he would pay me little money here, little money there. But because I started throwing the Splack Pack shows, once I noticed Splack Pack starting to pack concerts, at first we started off, it was like 2 or 3 people in the audience. Then all of a sudden it started being, 100, 200. Then we started packing the house. Every show we did, we sold out. Once I noticed that, I started throwing my own Splack Pack concerts. So I might start making, 30, 40,000 a show. And that kept my mind off the music, the record label paying me, because I was making money in the industry another way, promoting myself and my group. I didn't really worry about Bo Crane paying me. But then when the shows started slowing down, because we was doing shows like 4 and 5 years straight. When they started slowing down, I started wondering where that money was from the record label. And once I started seeing that money wasn't correct, and because he's an independent label and you can't never find out what his fucking books is because he's a shiesty motherfucker, then it was a hard gamble,
How many units did you think were moved?
How many units I think Splack Pack sold? It was certified gold. It's gold. Believe that. You know what I mean? But far as how could I tell, it's hard to tell, because back then you had flea markets. We were selling cassettes. We were selling CDs. You know what I'm saying? It was a different ball game. You know what I mean? Right now, you just fucking Amazon.com. But back then you had peppermints. You had mom and pop stores, and they was buying records off you just like that. So really, Bo Crane fucking made a killing. He probably made more money than anybody in the fucking flea market, the Fort Lauderdale flea market.